$8.8 trillion. This is how much money these awful corporations have lost globally, thanks to Gen Z's quiet quitting. To put this into perspective, if you were to line up $1 trillion bills from end to end, you'd have enough money to go from the Earth to the sun and back. Gen Z has just made these evil corporations lose enough money to go from the Earth to the sun and back 8 times. Think about that for a second. They're calling this the Great Detachment, and it might be the most effective movement yet when it comes to bringing these corporations to their knees. You see, before this, we had the Great Resignation, where during the pandemic, a record number of people quit their jobs. The Great Detachment is the next step in evolution, and it might even be superior in this sense. When you resign from a job, the company loses your services, but they no longer have to pay you. And we all know in this hyper-competitive job market, they can fill your spot in an instant. But if you keep your job and simply disengage, do the bare minimum as they're paying you the bare minimum, and simply quietly quit, now they have to keep paying you while you do as little as possible. It's no secret that this society treats young men like disposable trash, throwing you away to die in wars, forcing you into low-paying blue-collar jobs that destroy your health, while everyone else profits off the fruit of your labors. A lot of young men have finally woken up to this and are saying screw this, as they absolutely should. They're actively now looking for ways to check out of society, whether that's moving abroad or living with their parents. But as many of you have pointed out, these methods are unfortunately not available to everyone. A lot of us are trapped in our jobs for the foreseeable future, with no way out. And so, how do you check out of this awful society if this is you? There's no way to completely and entirely check out. But quiet quitting is probably your best bet at that point. Trying to go above and beyond, climbing the corporate ladder, working your ass off for a 5% raise when your rent doubles every few years is just a losing proposition for 99% of people. If you quietly quit, however, you can still keep your mental sanity intact. Clock in, mind your own business, do the bare minimum, and save your mental energy. Do whatever trivial tasks you can and take as many bathroom breaks as you can to make the time go faster. And also, take as many sick days as you can. This way you won't be totally mentally drained when you get home, and you'll have the energy to play video games, chill, work out, and do whatever you like in your time off. It's not a perfect solution, but it should keep you from going insane. A lot of you guys have asked me if any of our proposed solutions would actually work. Like, if we just all quit and refuse to work, will this actually pressure the elites and corporations to pay us better wages? Won't they just hire a bunch of migrants to take our spots? Is another narrative I've been seeing a lot lately. Here's an article I recently read about what would happen if every truck driver decided to go on strike at once. Within a single day, we'd already be in huge trouble. In just the first 24 hours, gas stations would run out of fuel, and no one would be able to drive anymore. Hospitals would run short on crucial medical supplies. The manufacturing and tech industries, which rely on truckers to deliver essential materials, would start feeling the crunch as well. Within a week, food supplies would dry up. Gas stations would completely run out of fuel. No one would even be able to go get cash from an ATM machine anymore. And by the way, if trash truck drivers also joined this strike, your local neighborhood would quickly look like a dystopia, and trash would be lying around everywhere on the streets. Not only does this look bad from an aesthetic standpoint, it's a massive health hazard, as widespread trash on the streets can easily lead to the spread of infectious diseases. And it would only take a month tops before the entirety of society collapses. Food, water, healthcare, all the basic necessities that you take for granted would be ground to a halt. You would literally need to be a Bear Grylls level extreme survivalist expert to survive at that point. This should open your eyes to just how much we depend on the services of young men with ordinary jobs like being a truck driver. As a society, we're so quick to look down on these people because these jobs aren't glamorous. How many times have you heard someone make fun of the trash collector and look down on him because of his job? Do you realize that he has the power to literally turn your neighborhood into a real-life dystopian zombie apocalypse if he and all his coworkers simply decided to quit? And do you really think you can train all these illegal migrants to be truckers within a week? My point in all of this is that society, corporations, and bosses are all feeling the pinch of the massive societal checkout from young people today. If you keep this up, it will only be a matter of time before they're forced to cave into your demands. What you're doing is making a difference. So keep up the good work, no pun intended. If this society won't provide you with decent wages, opportunities, and reasons to contribute, it's not entitled to your labor, and it deserves to collapse. We go more in depth on why society deserves to collapse in this video. Right here, I'll see you there.